A swayback posture, we're posteriorly rotating more, so the angle of the pelvis will be less than 30 degrees. So you just tilt that way, that's it, good. And the back hinges backwards, the lumbar spine hinges backwards against the pelvis. In terms of the swayback posture, we're using Pelvi-Pro in a different way to the lordosis. Is we're actually bringing the hip up using the hip flexors. Okay, so remember that with the sway back we've got lengthened hip flexors, so we want to start strengthening those hip flexors. So Claire brings the hip up using those hip flexors, and then slowly out there, eccentrically working the hip flexors. We get hold there, which is an isometric contraction of the hip flexors, and then coming back up using the hip flexors, a concentric contraction of the hip flexors. So we've got all the different ways the muscles work, and we're strengthening those hip flexors, which is what we're desiring with the sway back posture. Okay, just something else is coming down to this point. Now, between 0 and 45 degrees, psoas muscle is not working as a hip flexor. Psoas muscle is working as a lumbar stabilizer. Okay, so coming all the way through to here, okay, we're strengthening the lumbar spine using the psoas muscle. Okay, and then come past there, we start using it as a hip flexor.